Alright, welcome guys. How is Superman doing? Well, not bad, actually, apparently. On Monday, it did really, really well. So I thought we'd do a box office update because it's going to be this versus Fantastic Four First Steps. And it's still kind of battling it out with Jurassic World. I was going to say Dominion then, but Rebirth. So it's worth covering, right? All eyes are currently on DC. It's an interesting turn of events. There was also recently a reveal, not to do with DC specifically, but apparently, since Superman came out, there had been an exponential increase in people adopting dogs. Great. I guess crypto inspired them. That's supposedly the narrative anyway. That's good if that's the case. I will say that, how do you verify that? Are they going to be returned? Who knows? The problem is when people, fickily adopt animals, rescue them. Sometimes they send them back, and it's pretty brutal on the animal, actually. You guys know I'm a big animal lover here on this channel. Always have been, always will be. Doggos are selfless little creatures. So if that is the case, great. Cool. They've been adopted. But boo if you're one of those scumbags that returns them. Gross. Anyway, thought we'd take a look at this. Please do hit subscribe if you're new and turn the bell notifications on. So this is a report. And it's just, I don't know. There's a lot of these articles floating around, so it doesn't really matter where I'm taking it from. But this is Cosmic Book News. I know that'll put a few people off, but it's just a pretty good article overall. And it just says Superman scores big at the box office with $12.9 million first Monday. That's pretty bloody good. That's good. That's not bad at all. That's number 5 biggest Monday in DC movie history. It's also that's also just very good for a Monday. Right? That's just very good for a Monday. So the sort of prospect of this movie continuing on is quite high by the looks of it. I think it's getting enough good word of mouth where it will just trickle on. It will just kind of continue, really. So let's have a look at what they say here. So James Gunn's Superman continues its impressive box office run with a strong $12.9 million on its first Monday, the number 5 biggest Monday in DC movie history. So the total puts the DCU reboot just behind Suicide Squad, 13.1 million, and ahead of Man of Steel, 12.6 million. You can adjust it for inflation, sure. Whenever I talk about that, people check out. I don't understand why. With only The Dark Knight Rises, and BVS earning more on their respective Mondays, not counting inflation. So this 12.9 haul also came with a solid 58.8% drop from Sunday. Sunday to Monday, I mean, that's good. That's a good drop, which outperformed other comic book openers like Thor Love and Thunder, which did a 62.5% drop Sunday to Monday. And the Batman, Sunday to Monday, which dropped by 68.3%. So you can see, that's good. And the Batman, I think, if I remember rightly, didn't it go on to gross $750 million? I'm pretty certain it did. So Superman also notched number 3 biggest Monday of the year. So Jurassic World Rebirths, had 11.7. Captain America Brave New World was 11.2. And that was a holiday, actually, so that's even worse. And Minecraft did 9.9. Minecraft has obviously just continued to be a massive success, though. So it's actually the biggest Monday of the year when you don't count a Monday holiday, which is, again, good. So only Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning did 15 million, and Disney's Lilo and Stitch did 36.5 million, which is mad that got as much as it did. So that posted higher Monday numbers in 2025, which landed on the Memorial Day holiday. So it's not bad. Top solo comic book movie Mondays, domestic. And you can see it here. It's low down. It is low down. But these films were released at a different time where comic book movies were significantly more amped, I think. And it says there's 200 million incoming by Saturday. So with a 4-day domestic total of 137.9, Superman is on track to cross $150 million yesterday, and is projected to hit $200 million by Saturday at the latest. A strong sign for the DCU's box office health heading into the weekend. All right. And then I thought we would take a look at the numbers, because they obviously got some figures here as well. So worldwide box office, 250 million at the moment. I don't know if they've got the updated numbers for the last few days. Oh, yeah, okay. Wow, July 15th was really good. Wow, sorry. There you go, July 15th, so yesterday. A Tuesday was 17.1 million? What? That's... Why was the Tuesday so big? That's crazy. Yeah, alright then. Well, there you go. Sorry, that surprised me there, actually. So from a... you can see it there. That's great. That's so surprising, though. Why was the Tuesday so big? I presume this is all just domestic, so stateside. Maybe there's, like... I don't know. Some promotions on a Tuesday? I have no idea. That's crazy, though. That's absolutely crazy. So you can see, I honestly do think this will go from strength to strength. I think this will do pretty damn well overall. I think I said it will probably do $1 billion. Because these movies have always done pretty damn well, to be honest. But who knows? So it's crossed $250 million at the moment. Now, interestingly... it says here, anyway, because we've now got a report which confirms the amount of money these individuals were paid. So James Gunn basically opted to reboot the DC universe with cheaper talent. And I actually think that's quite smart. You know, one of the issues with a lot of the movies nowadays is that these actors get paid far too much money. Like far too much money. Ridiculous sums of money. And I think it's right and justified that they bring that down. Now, obviously, this doesn't mean it's going to continue to be those kind of paychecks, but David Corenswet and Rachel Brosnahan were only paid $750,000. I say only. It was relatively cheap, isn't it, for actors? You know, when you look at the likes of, I don't know, Robert Downey Jr., for instance, being paid in excess of $80 million for... Avengers Doomsday and whatever the other movie is that no one really cares about. $750 is pretty good. $750,000, sorry, is pretty good. And it also says Nicholas Hoult was paid $2 million to play Lex Luthor, which makes sense because he is a much, more storied actor. He's done a lot more, so it makes sense that he would be paid to that sort of amount. Now, obviously, these will... it says all three are in line for box office bonuses if the film performs. Good. I actually, I think these kind of pay packets are justified. I think these kind of pay packets are good. If you can't live on $2 million for a few years, what are you doing? Like, come on now, behave. If you can't live on $750,000 for a few years, what are you doing? Behave. I think these are good. I think this works. I think this is right. And I think actually... I don't know, I think that's smart business moves from a fledgling universe. So there you go. I don't have much else to say. Reported budget of like 225 million, and now it's done, $250 million worldwide. I think this will go on to be pretty successful. So there's an update on the box office. What do you think? Let me know down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.